Hey guys, welcome back. This week is an update video and the launch of a new exciting addition to the channel. Stay tuned for more. Hey guys, welcome back. Now, this video is a little bit different. It's only going to be a quick little thing. It's just an announcement more than anything. I've had an idea. Bear with me. The plan is, I've got a new series coming up. It's a build series where I take one of my designs out of my lovely little book of ideas. I get bored and I doodle a hell of a lot. I'm going to turn one of these designs into a reality. I'm going to be building a guitar. I haven't got a name for the guitar, and I'm not going to show you the design because I want it to be a surprise for the videos. It's not a conventional design, so let's put it that way. It's going to look pretty awesome. It's going to be filmed over a number of videos, so I'll be releasing, like I normally do, every Saturday, be one a week, so you can follow the progress of this guitar. And once it's built, there'll be a demo on this said guitar. We'll come up with a name for it. I will be hopefully showing it off at possibly one or two venues, so someone can come have a look at it and have a play and see what they think. Along the way, we will be looking at different things like pickup configuration, tail, you know, what kind of bridge I'm going to stick on it, whether I'm going to hardtail it or I'm going to put a Floyd Rose in it. I hope to God I don't put a Floyd Rose in it. I hate Floyd Roses. Or some kind of tremolo system. I'm not going to be able to get a Bigsby in this, so there'll be no chance of a Bigsby. But we'll have a look. We'll see what we can come up with. I'm edging towards a dual humbucker setup, possibly a piezo setup in there as well, if I've got the room. We're looking at stained finishes with an oil finish. All the stains and finishes I'll be using will be coming from Crimson Guitars, because I've used their stains in the past. That blue Les Paul of mine that you've seen, that is using Crimson's stunning stains. It's a royal blue. It's water based and it's absolutely phenomenal. It's by far some of the best stains you can get, and it's relatively cheap. I mean, I've got I think it's a 250ml bottle, and I've used literally that much out the top of it. I've used hardly anything out of it. So I've got loads left. This guitar won't be blue. I'm edging towards black and red, but we'll see where we go with it. I mean, hopefully, as it goes, we'll get I'll get a feel for it and make it look fancy. It's going to be a 24.75 inch scale length. So for those of you who don't know what the scale length is, that's the same scale length as you'll find on a Les Paul or an SG. Some PRSs, purely because I prefer 24.75 inch scale length over a 25. Yeah, this is going to be an awesome build, I think. Sean will be involved, if I can persuade him to. It won't take much. When I mention building guitars, he pretty much starts to drool and comes running. So Sean will be involved, hopefully. I'm thinking, if I get enough followers in the build series, and for all the new followers, if they subscribe and like and comment in the video, saying I want it, I might be tempted to raffle this guitar off and give it away. How I'm going to do that, I don't know. Again, I'm new to this, so we'll soon see what we can come up with. But I'm seriously considering giving it away as like a prize draw type setup. So hopefully the build series will be starting next week. It won't be this Saturday, I haven't got enough time. But next week I will be sourcing the wood for it. I will be sourcing, well, I'll be looking at tail pieces, but I'm mainly going to be looking at getting a nice piece of wood for this. What I'm going to use, I don't know. I want to use mahogany, and I want to put a maple top and a maple back on it, but I don't know. I really don't know. I want to put a maple neck in it as well, with a maple fretboard. Ooh, that would be quite nice. Ooh. But then see, Sobrano is quite nice. Or I could put a rosewood neck in it. See my problem? I'm constantly thinking of stuff like this, and I go to bed at night and I sit down, I come up with an idea, I jot it down, and I start sketching at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I sit down and think, what wood can I use and what can I get? And then I start going through loads of different types of wood, and yeah, I end up with a headache and have to take some painkillers and go to sleep. But that's my normal routine. This guitar, I mean, I've got the design right here in front of me, just out of shot, and I'm looking at it and I'm really excited. Kind of reminds me a bit of like Batman. Looks a bit like a bat, as in the flying kind, not the hitting kind. Yeah, this should be awesome build. This should be an awesome build. We'll see. I can't decide wood. I really need to decide what wood. Hey, I've got a week to sort that. I've got a week. I might even use ash yet. A nice lightweight, because what I'm thinking with this, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be fairly heavy if I use mahogany. I'm definitely not using oak. That's gonna make it way too heavy. I might use ash. Ash could be a good choice. It's lightweight, it's dense, it's a good tone wood. And if I put a maple top on that, quilted maple or flame maple, if I put a nice flame top on it and back, I reckon we could be onto a winner. I'm looking at no cavity plates as well on the back, so you've got a nice clean looking back. So all the wiring will be done through the pickup cavities. Well, that's the plan. Whether it happens or not is a different matter. But whichever way you look at it, this guitar is going to be built, and it's going to be built as of starting next week. So next Saturday, not this one coming, but next Saturday, I'm filming this on a Wednesday, I think it is. Yeah, it's currently the 6th. So not this week, you were looking at the 16th, according to my calendar. So we're looking at Saturday the 16th. You'll see the first video. This video will be hopefully an interesting one. You'll see what choice of wood I've used. You'll see finally see the design. It'll all be marked out, ready to go, and a bit of cutting. Bandsaw, wood, sawdust. We'll be making some sawdust. Yeah, I can't wait. I really can't wait. The neck, I'm tempted because of the headstock idea I've got and the headstock design I've got. I'm really thinking about making my own neck. I will let you into a little secret now. I've never made a neck before. Made bodies, but never made a neck. So this is going to be a learning curve for me as well. I'm no expert at building guitars. Trust me, I'm not an expert. I'm a hobbyist. I do repairs on guitars and stuff like that, but you know, setups and general repair work. But when it comes to building, I'm not an expert. I've done a couple of bodies and I've bought a neck off eBay and bolted a neck into it or glued a neck into it. But I've never actually made my own neck, so this is going to be just as much of a learning curve for me as it is for you. Just want to be completely honest with you from the start that mistakes will most probably be made along the way with this build. But like I said, it's a learning curve, you know. And if I can do it, then so can you. And if you want to give it a go, nothing's stopping you. Just give it a go. I mean, the way I learned how to build guitars was I watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I bought my first guitar 3 years ago, which is a blue Encore Stratocaster, which is currently upstairs. From there, I was playing, didn't have a single guitar lesson, started using YouTube to learn how to play. From there, I built that Les Paul within, I think it was a couple of months of learning to play. Purely because I wanted to know how a guitar's put together, and by building your own, setting it up and that, you learn a lot. And that's what I wanted to do. So I learnt a lot about intonation, I learnt a lot about scale length, I learnt a lot about tone woods, just by building this. Wiring, how it's all wired up, you know, tone pots, volume pots, humbuckers, single coils, whatever. And I've done soldering in the past. I'm a mechanic by trade anyway, so I can solder. And I'm pretty proficient with using hand tools and, you know, using my hands to make things and repair things. So doing this was a big learning curve for me. I did woodwork in school, but I was crap. Trust me, I was crap. I had no interest really in it. But with this, because I was interested in guitars and I was building a guitar, I did love it. I did enjoy it. Sanding it, sanding is boring, but it had to be done, and I didn't find that. I find it quite therapeutic. I didn't find it boring at all, purely because, you know, I was building a guitar. And yeah, the Les Paul came out absolutely fine, and I still play it a lot now. It's my main go-to guitar. I play my Strat every now and then, but my blue Strat, bless it, it is left out quite a bit. I only use it if I'm doing anything, you know, that's rock and roll, like 60s, 50s rock and roll, or anything that doesn't require distortion. I'll most probably use the Stratocaster, but my Les Paul's my main go-to thing because I just love rock music, especially classic rock, you know, 80s, 90s rock. So Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, that kind of era. So I did that, and since then I've built a couple of bodies myself, bought necks and put necks in it. But this one, I really want to build my own neck, and it is mainly because of the headstock, because of the design I've got for it. The design I've got will match the body. It's pointless having this body, and trust me, when you see the design for this body, you'll understand why buying a Les Paul neck or a Fender style headstock neck is not going to work for this guitar. It needs its own style, and yeah, so I'm going to build my own neck. Might take a couple of attempts, and see, this is the thing, this is why I'm going to be filming this. I don't want to make mistakes, but I do. I want to make mistakes in this build to show you these mistakes, to show you I'm not an expert, and that it's okay to make mistakes, and we learn from these mistakes. So the first neck I make most probably will be crap and end up being chucked in the bin or burnt, salvaging, say, like the truss rod out of it, and then I'll start the neck again, and I'll build the neck, a second neck, and take what I learned from building the first one into the second one, and you'll be there along the way to see it. So the finished product, you will see, it might take a month, 2 months, you know, depends how many necks I have to make, or how many mistakes are made. But you'll see the whole process that a hobbyist builder who's only ever done, say, kit guitars before or whatever, or has never built a guitar in their life can come up with something at the end of it that is playable, that your blood, sweat, tears and soul has gone into, and that you're proud of. It doesn't matter if nobody else likes it. If you like it, it's all that counts. This one would be, hopefully, I'm tempted to give it away. I want to keep it, and I might have to build a second one for myself, but this one I'm thinking giving away. But yeah, so this is more like an introduction now to another section on this channel. So we will also still be doing the reviews. Don't worry about that. We're still doing the reviews of UK guitar products. That is the core of this channel. That's what this channel is all about, and that'll never go away. So we will be doing a factory tour of Marshall. I've been in contact with them. I'm sorting out a date now where we can go down and have a factory tour. They're completely happy with me going down and filming it. They've got no problems with that. I've already spoken to them. They're absolutely fine. So I'm now sorting out a date where I'm free, Sean's free, and Marshall agree, and we can go down. So that we're looking at summer. We're looking around about June, July. And that'll be an all-day thing, so we'll be travelling from here to Milton Keynes and back in one day, and filming the whole process. Blackstar, I've spoken to Blackstar, and I can't wait. I've got emails from Blackstar, and ones I've sent to Blackstar. How much I can't give too much away because I want it to be a surprise. What else have I got coming up? Oh, got another guitar show coming up. Yeah, it's the London Guitar Show I think we're doing. So that's September time. So me and Sean are going to venture off down to the capital city for the weekend, and we are going to go to the London Guitar Show. Again, I'll be there with the camera, vlogging as I go. Because it worked so well at the Birmingham Guitar Show 2 weeks ago, we thought, why not? It's a good idea. We met loads of people down there. We had a brilliant time. The last video, if you look, there's a big thank you page on the end of the video where I thank Blackstar, Marshall, Crimson Guitars. Crimson were brilliant. I've been watching their videos a lot. I'm addicted to that channel. And to actually meet, well, I didn't meet Ben Crow, unfortunately. He was there the day before I went, because I went on the Sunday. He was there on the Saturday. So Ben, if you're watching this, London Guitar Show, I'm coming for you. I'm coming to find you, and I'm going to bow down to your wisdom and your mercy, because we are not worthy. But no, I met James, the MD of Crimson Guitars, and yeah, I was like a little school kid again, because I've been only ever seen him on YouTube, and actually meet him in the flesh, it was a bit mind blowing. It's like when you meet your favourite artist, or you meet a famous footballer for the first time and you don't know what to say to him. That was me. Funny enough, that was the same with Hugh Manson. I met Hugh Manson. Now, I followed Hugh Manson for years. His work, I can't fault it. I love Manson guitars. I'm a massive fan. It does help that Matt Bellamy plays a Manson guitar, because I'm a big Muse fan. And it was Manson guitars that got me into Muse, by following them. Same with Led Zeppelin, funny enough. They got me into Led Zeppelin. Anyway, so I knew a lot about Hugh Manson anyway, and about Manson guitars. I've never been to the shop, and I'm planning on going down to the shop, and I'll film that as well. That's another day out. That's quite a distance as well for me. But anyway, I was talking to one of the Manson reps, and I was looking at the Manson MD. Was it the MB one? I think it was, or the MD, one of the two. I can't remember which one it was now. I think it was the MB. But it's Matt Bellamy's signature anyway. And I'd never played one, and I'd always wanted to play one. For you, those of you that don't know, I'm located in the middle of mid Wales, in the middle of nowhere. So there's no one around here that stocks Manson guitars. So to have the chance to play my dream guitar was an honour. And when the rep turned around and said that I can play if I want to, I was like, yeah, I'll play it. So I did. After I'd finished playing, and while Sean was having a bit of a spin on it, I looked across to my right, and there was a guy standing right on the edge of the stand, and he was just milling about doing whatever he was doing. And I looked at him and I thought, I know you. Where do I know you from? And it took about a minute, 2 minutes to sink in, but it was Hugh Manson standing there, and as soon as I realised who it was, I had butterflies. I just lost it, completely lost it. So once Sean had finished, I couldn't stop staring at the guy. But once Sean had finished playing the guitar and it was put back and we said thank you to Manson, I turned to Sean and I was like, that's Hugh Manson. He was like, who? I was like, Hugh Manson. He goes, who's Hugh Manson? So after slapping Sean for a little bit, I turned around and said, he's Manson Guitars. That's the guy who owns the company. It's his company. Anyway, once I cleared it all up with Sean what it was, I had to go over and speak to him. I had no choice. I had to. If I didn't, I'd have regretted it. And I tapped him on the arm and said, Hugh, I'm a big fan. Pleased to meet you. I must shake your hand and blah 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 blah. And yeah, I was like a little school kid again. Just didn't know what to say. And next time I know what I can have a bit of a better conversation with him, because now I've met him once. But I just didn't know what to say. I was tongue tied. I was all giggly. I was like a little schoolgirl, proper little schoolgirl. Pigtails, frilly skirt, pink, the lot. But yeah, and that's why I put on the end of the last video about Hugh Manson making me feel like a 6-year-old kid that's just met Superman, because that's exactly what it was like. Meeting people like that. A lot of people think, oh, well, they're not celebrities, like, say, Amy Winehouse, bless her, or anyone like that is, Tom Cruise, But in the guitar world, these people are famous. These people are big people, Everyone knows most people know who they are. Same with Ben Crow. If I meet him, it's going to be the same scenario there. I'm just going to be a school kid again. I know it's going to happen. I do, but I'm preparing for this one. But yeah, I mean, I'm not into meeting really big famous people, because 9 times out of 10 you can't get near them. But with like guitarists or famous people in the guitar industry, 9 times out of 10 you can walk past them and not realise who they are. But you can, if you know who they are, 9 times out of 10 they'll stop, say hi, shake your hand, whatever. I find it with motorcycle racers, famous motorcycle racers. They're the same. You can get up close to them, they'll take the time to talk to you and, and say hi and have photos and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, and they were the last people I was expecting to run into at this show. I really did not expect to see Hugh Manson. But it's another one off my bucket list. So, yeah. Anyway, getting back to I'm waffling again. Let's get back to this video, what this video is about. So, yeah, we're an update video. We're looking, what happened, what's coming up, stuff like that. Oh, that's another thing, yeah. Before I forget, we are possibly going to be changing filming locations. Possibly. We're looking for a little workshop, little industrial unit that we can turn into a repair centre, with a workshop, area for specifically building guitars as well, and a little like studio area, or a little like an office bit we can convert into a studio for filming, for doing the videos, with a nice backdrop and t-shirts and bits and bobs like that. So we can do a lot more practical things as well. because at the moment we've got the constraint with the shop where we've got customers coming in. We can't have, like, if we're demoing an amp or a guitar or whatever, we can't turn it up too loud because there's actually a flat below the shop and there's 2 flats above it, so we can't have it too loud. So the plan is, if we can find a location to have like a workshop studio thing, it'll be on an industrial area, so it'll be a lot easier for us to film with. We've got no constraints with anything. We can turn up an amp, you know, and blast it if we have to. Because that's the only thing I've noticed, especially with the Black Star amp video that we did for the Fly 3, that it was loud, but it could have been louder. Could have been a lot louder, and I was talking over the top of the guitar and stuff, and you couldn't hear me. So I'm playing around with the sound. I'm looking at different microphones. So I'm looking at like lapel mics, lav mics, whatever you want to call them, the little fluffy things that sit here. I'm looking at them to get a couple of them. One for me, one for Sean. Because this audio recorder I'm using, it's doing a good job, but it could be better. And by having a microphone plugged in, this audio recorder will pick it up a lot better. Plus, I'm looking at amping the mics as well. So, amping the mics, mic in the amps. So it's a clearer sound for the on the video for the amps. So I'm still playing around with the sound a little bit. I've got the GoPro now. I'm using the GoPro more than I am my phone. I'm trying to keep my phone for taking photos of products and stuff like that to put up on Instagram or whatever, rather than using that sun is bright. Wow. It's raining and we've got sunshine. Anyway, so yeah, I'm keeping the phone for the social media side of things, and taking photos of products and putting them all up. The filming will be done on the GoPro. The audio will be done off the audio recorder and microphones. Because it works so well at the guitar show. I know the video's a bit jumpy and that, but I was holding it like this and I was trying to do like 6 things at once, but that will get better. At least with the phone I could see what I was doing, but with this there's no screen on it, so I've got to just sort of trust the judgment. But the only other way I can get around is if I had a head mount and I had a GoPro stuck on my head constantly, or body harness. No, I'll have a look. I'll see what I can come up with. But yeah, so that's all gonna be hopefully in the pipeline, because we want somewhere where we can demo the products properly, have a nice backdrop, have the products on display, and like store them, stuff like that, rather than carting everything up to the shop, doing what we've got to do at the shop with the video wise, and then packing it all away and bringing it all home. I can keep it there. Sean's coming in with me as well. Sean is now a partner in this, so you'll be seeing a hell of a lot more of Sean. I wanted him involved from the start, but he was a bit shy, bless him. Now that he's done a couple of videos, he's really getting into it, and he wants to come on board full time now, so that's the plan. So Sean will be a full-blown partner in this. It'll be basically me and Sean, you'll see from now on in front of the camera. And that's why we want this little area we can do stuff with, because we both want to start building. We both want to do build videos for the channel. We also want to film some repairs, basic maintenance, basic setup videos, to go again on the channel. But also somewhere where we can do the reviews properly, where we haven't got customers talking in the background, or we're interrupting music lessons or whatever. We do try our absolute hardest to work around the shop. At the end of the day, it is a business. They have things they need to do, like for instance lessons, and I can, but I can't. It just makes the day a hell of a lot longer. To do a 20-minute video, I could be up there 3-4 hours, trying to work in between lessons and stuff like that. And if it's a busy day and the customers are in the shop, there's no way I'm going to get any filming done. So we want a filming location now to do this and do this properly. We'll get more cameras as well, so we can have more cameras set up, so you get different angles of different, whatever we're doing. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. That's going to be the plan. We are looking for an area now. We are still trying to decide where we're going to have one, and how much it's going to cost. So I will be putting up like a donation thing. I don't know what you call it. But set up something like Patreon, something like that, just to help. So if you want to see more and you want to help with the channel, you can donate to Patreon for us, and that will purely be funding the channel. It doesn't fund anything else. It's funding the channel. Like for instance, helping us get a filming location, or buying in products to review, or the travel expenses to these shows, because they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. I mean, the London trip's going to cost easily a couple of £100, easy to do this. By the time we travel from here down, we've got fuel expenses, hotel bills, show entry, that kind of thing. I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, because we would happily pay it. But if you want to help out with the costs, then by all means you'll have that option there. You can, and any donations will be really, really appreciated and will help a hell of a lot. And it goes back to what I was saying about in the first video about trying to get a community of us together where we help each other out, and that's what this is going to be. It also means as well that if you have problems with your guitars and you want to ask questions and send questions in to me or Sean, you can leave them in the comments, or you'll see my email address in the description as well, or it's on the channel somewhere. I'll put a link to my email address in the description. Fire me off an email explaining what your problem is, and if I have to do a video on it, I will. If not, I might be able to talk you through it, and if need be, if by the time we've got this filming, when we've got this filming location, studio, workshop thing, you can bring it down and we can have a look at it. And that's what I'm trying to set up now, is like a drop-in centre kind of workshop come hangout area where the likes of you can come down for the day, come and sit in with us. We'll have like a little loungy area with like a coffee machine, that kind of thing. You can bring your guitars down, plug into the amps, pedals, try out different things, speak to me and Sean. Repairs, if you want a repair done or some advice, we'll happily have a look and tell you what it is, what your problem is, or fix your problem if we can, that kind of thing. And have like little meetups where we do, I don't know, maybe a quiz, or have a jam session, jam night, or something like that. That's the plan. Have like a hangout bit, club members club kind of thing. That kind of thing. We'll sort it. But that's what I'm trying to do. And if it comes to it, where we have to, for instance, set up a like a once a month kind of thing, where you've got dates once a month that we meet up at the clubhouse, whatever you want to call it, studio thing, then I will, because it'll be nice for you lot to come and see us and interact with us, and your questions answered, or repairs, or whatever, set up, whatever, all done, rather than you struggling yourselves or paying a heck of a lot of money for a luthier to do it. You could bring it down, we can have a look at it, and and hopefully sort it. Me and Sean do guitar maintenance anyway. That's our role at the shop anyway. We've currently got one on the go at the moment. It's an acoustic we're sorting out now, where the bridge has been ripped off and it's put a lovely hole in the top of the guitar. But yeah, we do maintenance, we do setups and repairs anyway, so it's like a natural progression for us to do this. Sean's currently working on something at the moment, because that's the other thing I'm going to do, is set up a section where you've got what Sean up to, and there'll be a playlist of things that Sean's doing as well. And he's currently working on some modifications on his own guitars, so you'll be seeing them in the next couple of weeks to a month, hopefully, where you'll see him modifying his guitar. He's putting different pickups in, different pots in there, and different configuration of pots. I can't remember what he said he was doing. Yeah, that kind of thing. So there'll be a lot more coming to the channel, a hell of a lot more coming. But yeah, the main bit, as I said, is the builds. As I said, the reviews are still going ahead, but there'll be builds and practical stuff as well to keep you interested. Because I know just having just a review channel, it can be very boring, very, very boring. But if we can get this working right, and if you've got suggestions, please leave them in the comments, and we'll look at your suggestions and we'll take them on board. I don't want to sit there and just do this and you lot think, oh, that's it, you know, he's not listening to what we think, or it could be done better, but we're not going to tell him. By all means, if you think of a better way to do things, please let us know. We need your help as much as we need anybody's help. We're not scared to ask for help, and we will happily take any suggestions that come in. And then, you know, you see your suggestion put into action, and then you can sit there and go, I did that, you know, I suggested that to him. And any suggestions that come in, we will mention who suggested it, and a thank you, and do a little like thank you thing for you as well. So yeah, so we've got quite a lot coming up. So anyway, this was only meant to be a quick video, and I've been filming for about 17 minutes now. So anyway, stay tuned for the next video, and yeah, keep your eyes peeled for everything that's coming up, and I will catch you on the other side. Until next time.